I'm here today with GFW head football coach Pat Hentges. Good morning, Pat.
Good morning.
With the start of the season here, you had it pushed off until spring. What was the reaction of the coaching staff and the players to being able to get out here this fall?
Initially it was mixed, to be honest with you. I think a lot of the players were concerned, what happens if we start the season and we don't get to finish it? Are we going to have a better chance to be able to play a full season in the spring? At the same time, there was really no good plan that the state gave us to be able to play in the spring. It didn't take long. I would say maybe took 5 minutes of practice time and the kids were pumped, ready to get going.
Sure.
It's been a lot of fun.
Sure, very good. Practice started in earnest on Monday, but you had time during the school year here to practice. Kind of take me through what you were able to do with the kids and how often you met.
Yeah, the state allowed us to have 12 days. We originally said, hey, we're only going to do 8. We met, I believe it was 5 days in the first 2 weeks before this week that we got official practice. And we just wanted to run it like we ran our camp, like we run all of our practices. We wanted familiarity with at least the older guys and then teach the younger guys the practice routine. And that's a big thing. We just don't want to change that up at any time so that they can perform at a high level and not be thinking, what do I go here, what do I do? And it's been great. The freshmen have come along real quick. And our older guys have been good mentors too.
Cool. Kind of take me through the successes of the last couple of years. How has that affected how things are going right now?
Well, it's certainly set a standard for these kids. Our weight room attendance right now in the morning is unbelievable, and it's not required. We were getting 8 to 15 guys in there in the mornings. A lot of these guys actually lift afterwards too, and that's to them, they want to continue what we've tried to create. And what's really cool is each year, even though we run the same offense, we run the same defense, these young kids are able to put their stamp on it and make that position theirs. And we're starting to see that even now. But obviously, what's been so great the last few years is the kids have not only bought into the system, but helped create the system. And does that mean we're going to win every game? Absolutely not. In fact, we're not going to focus on that. This year especially, it really is true. We got to appreciate every snap because we don't know if we'll have a game 1 even or a game 2. So we just want to make sure we appreciate every day, every moment, and it's really gotten us to try to develop a little bit better relationships with each other.
You've only had a couple of practices so far, but how are things progressing for you?
Very well. We do not do any contact. This is our 3rd year of not having any contact with players. We don't do any tackling with players. We do a lot of tackling drills. We realized, and maybe we should have learned this 30 years ago, that if we get more kids into football, we're going to have better tackling. So we really focus on that. So defensively, our guys are really flying around. We're going to make some mistakes. We're young in some positions, but I'll live with that. I want to see them fly around, smile, and communicate with each other. Offensively, everybody knows we run the T. It's become a staple of who we are. The kids love hearing when people don't know where the ball is. I would argue our backs this year, being mentored by guys before us, have the best fakes I've seen. Our backfield is looking very good. Our line is coming along. Every year it seems like we have a whole new set of line. It's anchored by David Stoll at center, and he's done a great job of being a good leader. Very patient with everybody. We'll have some bumps and bruises as we get started, like any team, but I'm real excited about the speed of the team and how they're taking on the challenge.
Very good. Are fans going to be able to attend games, or how is that going to work?
Well, right now we're able to have 125 fans per team, so 250 fans total per game. They are looking at a lottery system. We certainly are going to make sure that every player has access to two tickets, so either the parents or guardians are able to come. And then I believe they're going to do some type of lottery system after that. My guess is some of our fans would probably stand around the fence and
Sure.
watch too. We've had a great following the last several years. It's just been a joy to watch. I don't know how many times we went to away games and we had more fans than the home team. And that's a tribute to our community, certainly.
What types of precautions is the coaching staff having to take to keep both the players and the staff safe during this time?
Yeah, every day it's something new. We continually wash as much as we can the stuff that's washable. Our water situation, we're using cups. Kids are bringing their own water bottles. As far as coaches, I leave it up to them if they want face masks on out on the field. I would say a lot of time when we're talking to a large group, coaches have their face masks on. The players are doing a great job at school, keeping the face mask on. We try to get them out of the locker room as quickly as we can. We're gonna start initiating, we don't have to have face masks on in the weight room, but that's gonna change, especially when we're spotting and lifting. These are extra things that we're gonna go above and beyond to try to keep ourselves safe. Our kids are washing their hands. They're, finally learning good hygiene, I guess. But more importantly, I think they're just becoming very considerate towards those around them too. It's different. The inconsistencies are frustrating, as I'm sure everybody knows, but we want to make sure that we can get to that game one if we can.
Sure. Yeah. And what can fans expect to see when the guys take the field here the first game?
Yeah, I honestly, I think we'll be ready. I think we'll be ready mentally, be ready physically. I'm nervous a little bit about the time that the state has given us before the first game. There's a lot of stringent rules in a regular season without having COVID, but we have to have 3 weeks of practice and it's regulated a certain way. Now for them to just say, hey, you get 11 days, good luck, that worries me a little bit. But our guys are taking care of themselves. They seem to be eating right, but certainly icing bumps and bruises, stretching. We're going to get conditioning, and we're not going to be in the shape we need to be in, conditioning-wise, just because of that lack of time. But I think as far as fans, you're going to see an offense that's explosive again. You're going to see a lot of young guys that are going to do things that are going to surprise you in a good way. And we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to learn from those. That's the number one thing is let's move on past our mistakes, take every obstacle as an opportunity. So.
Very good. Well, thank you, Pat. I appreciate you taking the time here today, and good luck this season.
Thanks a lot, Mike, and thanks to everybody who has supported our program. Appreciate it.